Are you watching the birds outside? Are you watching the birds, Mr. Tomcat? Do you see anything? What are you doing in there? Is that your hiding spot, Mr. Tomcat? You look so cute in there. Good day, everybody, welcome to another video here. I made it outside to the garage. It's daylight savings time today, and for some reason I got up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep, and then by like 11 o'clock all I wanted to do was just have a nap. So I managed to struggle to get outside. The shit show may begin. We need to try to pull that bearing off the pinion and that spacer. But in order to make the installation of some of the bearings easier, we're gonna put these bad boys outside. Because in Canada, when it's minus 20 outside, we can do that. So we just got the bearings on the ground right now cooling so they can shrink. So now I picked up this bearing puller. We're gonna try to get this bearing off this pinion. Might have to get creative with the puller. I just got it snug, not tight. I need it to split a little bit. Let's see what's gonna happen. I don't like the way that's feeling. It's feeling pretty tight. I'm gonna back it off. Holy shit! I had face shield on and everything for that, gloves and all, because I honestly thought it wasn't going to end well. There was a lot of pressure, almost to the point where it was hard to get more pressure out of the hydraulic cylinder, and all of a sudden she just gave. You know, do or die. Let's get the rest of the bearing out. Now that I get the bearing to saddle that. Catch the pinion. Last thing we want is this to fall down. What a sack of shit this is. It's fucking dead. What a pile of crap. I just charged it last night too. And now all of a sudden just powers back on. Holy fuck, this shit is fucked. Yeah. Since everything's new, it's just... Oh shit. Ah! Talk about Butterfingers. Now I just dropped it and probably Brunelled the fuck out of that bearing. Looks alright. Probably still a hell of a lot better than the last one. This is do or die time now. If I fuck this up, it's game over. Well, that wasn't an easy go, that's for sure. Getting that pinion bearing in is like the Kevin Spacey rape story. Took a lot of force to get it in the hole. Okay, I'm going to use a brass hammer. I don't want to get too crazy. No promises. I think we're actually threading her down. Now that's what I call a pucker up moment, I tell you. Man, it was touch and go for a while. Happy to report is that we got it in, locked into place, spins nice and freely. What a relief. Putting those bearings outside made a huge difference. You just see it's just dropping in. There we go. A little bit of hydraulic pressure now. Yeah, I highly recommend putting in bearings when they're cold. They're a little bit smaller. There, we bottomed out. And once they thaw out, they will expand and lock themselves in place. Time to shut her down, covered everything up. Walking Dead's coming on tonight, so I gotta watch that. Well, it's been kind of a crazy week. Just got home from work. It's Friday. Picked up an AGM battery on my way home. Going to just install that in the Jeep quickly so I don't have to worry about it tomorrow, so I can focus on some other projects. Haven't pulled this battery in a while. Looks like I need 10 mil and some 12s. On the Jeep, I've learned always pull the negative post off first, because the positive is right close to the body. Really easy to short it out. Here's the new battery right here. Daylight is fading fast. Motor Master Eliminator AGM with 890 cold cranking amps. There we are, new battery installed in the dark. There's a $20 cord charge on that battery, but I'm gonna need it for testing jump starters. Did alright, it's been a Jeep 5 years. It's hard to tell if it would have lasted the winter or not, because you know, once the temperature gets down to minus 20, minus 30, you go to start your vehicle, and that's usually when you find out you got a bad battery. And that's the last thing I want. So being proactive, 5 years is long enough, put it in. I gotta change the thermostat up because I really hate this thermostat. That pile of crap's been in here since the furnace was installed, and it can't read negative numbers. So if it's minus 10 in the garage, it'll say like 12 degrees or something. So then obviously I gotta set the furnace for higher, for 13 degrees, for the furnace to come on, and then the temperature will count down to 0, and then since it can't read negative numbers, it'll reset to like 24 degrees or whatever, but then your furnace will also reset to 24 degrees. So unless I'm out here to monitor it, I'm gonna come outside, and my garage is 24 degrees, and that's becoming a real pain in the ass. So this is the one I used to have in the house before I installed the Nest. So I'm gonna put this one in and see if there's any difference. First thing I should do is take a picture of that so I know how to hook it back up. Well, I don't know what the time is, so let's go to heat. Well, heat's turning on, except I don't want 16.5 degrees. So that's supposed to be touchscreen. What the fuck's going on? There we go. There we go, we got ignition. And for those who are curious, Mr. Tomcat had a vet visit yesterday, and he's healing up quite well from his surgery. And we're gonna hold off on his next surgery until his teeth start to bother him, because it's gonna be quite expensive. So the vet says we may get lucky. He may not suffer any pain at all, and the teeth will just break off, and then the gums will grow over. But if they start to bother him, then we have to get your lower canines pulled, buddy. I know. It's the joys of being an old kitty, I know. Your human loves you, though. And you're very grateful that I rescued you. Yes, you are. People should be showing up pretty soon. Look at these bad beers right here. Jasper Brewing Company, Crisp Pills. I picked up one of these off Amazon to take with me camping to light fires. We'll see how that's gonna work. It works pretty decent. I have not had a Pilsner in a long while. Let's try this bad boy out. Alright, motherfucking beer time. That's not too bad at all. Not too bad at all.
Go. We can start shooting shit.
Is it bright?
Not even directly in front. The bat signal on it now.